Welcome to Sisters Place Entertainment Showcase. Today we have joining us for our music segment showcase, Sue Wilkinson. Welcome, Sue.
Hi, how are you?
I am doing well on this beautiful Saturday afternoon.
Isn't it awesome? Spring, yay!
Yes. Yay! So tell my audience about who Sue G. Wilkinson and Cypress South is.
Oh, my gosh. Well, do you have a couple hours? Might take a
well,
while.
give us a summary.
Well, I will say this, that if you want to really hear what we do, then you would probably want to pick up our new CD, which is called Treasures, and you can find that on Amazon. And the place I like to tell people to go is CD Baby, because when you buy from CD Baby or from our website, which is cypresssouthmusic.com, and you spell that CYPRESS, and then South, SOUTH. All of those proceeds, most of that goes to us, and so that's why I like to tell people. But you can go to Amazon if you feel more comfortable. But that is a beautiful CD, and I don't say that to brag on myself. It's just, when you record music, it's just not about you. There's a whole community of people that come together to make these recordings, and I was really, really honored and privileged to have an incredible wizard in the studio. There were actually two producers, actually three, but Martin Kearns, who has played with so many people and is an amazing producer. Also, David Becker, who is very, very well-known jazz guy, and Glenn Matula had a lot to do with the mixing. He's worked with Pink and John Mayer, Sean Mullins, Indigo Girls Collective Soul. So there's an incredible amount of incredible people on the CD. So it's not just about me. And they really make it all happen. And I am just the person that, of course, brings the songs in and the voice and the piano in. So, but this music has been, I like to call it electronic soul, because it has, thank you. And a lot of people, it's been called trip nautica. That's what some people have called it. But I like to think of it as a kind of a mix between, for those of people that are maybe a little older, I say that it's a mix. If you like Aretha Franklin, and if you like Pink Floyd, and if you like Sade, those kind of, all three of those combined. And if you're a little bit younger, if you like Adele, and Coldplay, you might like this music. But it's a very spacious, a very melodic, and a very emotional music. There's low parts, and my voice is very high and very low, and I use a lot of power when I sing. So, and that's the Aretha part. So if you like an emotional kind of, and I like to keep it very positive, and a lot of my music has a message to it. We also do a live show that I am really proud of. I have a partner. His name is Michael Cady. He plays an amazing instrument. It's a 7-string bass, which he had a lot to do with making that bass, and we call it two bassy because it has 7 strings, and he plays all 7 of those. And we have a whole multimedia visual a thing that goes along with us that's endorsed by Sound Spectrum. And if you've ever heard of George Michael's, he used the same company to do his visuals. So if you were to see us, we play a lot of planetariums, which have this big, huge dome, and you get to sit and look up and watch this amazing kind of artwork almost happen while we're playing, and it reacts to our music. So it's very different and very special. And we just love to take people on a trip when you come to see us, we want to take you on a journey. So was that? I'm sorry, that was kind of long, but that's
good,
kind of what's going on with us.
That's good, though. And you answer the second question talking about, your new music project, which is Treasures. And I had the pleasure of listening to a couple of your songs on YouTube, and you have a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. I loved it. I was like, oh, my God.
Really? Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
And, and I got to doing, because I was doing my research, and I was like listening to a couple, and I saw an article where there was like, they were comparing your voice to Adele and London Grammar, just to name a few. How do you feel about the comparison when people compare you to artists of today and older artists?
Well, I guess at one point I would be like, I don't sound like them, but I think people just. I think now, as I got a little older, I realized that people need something to hang their hat on, and so I think that's kind of what they're doing a lot of times. And there's elements of Adele I can see, and so I appreciate everything. If it's positive, I'm all for it. And even sometimes if it's negative, I can learn from it. But I appreciate that someone would compare me to Adele. I think she's fabulous, and I love her more upbeat kind of soul-based music, because I grew up listening to that kind of music, So.
And that leads us right into our next question. Who are some of your musical influences?
I think my music is very, very eclectic, which it's somewhat in a lot of different categories, and that's because I was really fortunate. I came in from a household that there was a lot of music in my household. We had everything from classical music. I grew up in a church choir, a Baptist church choir. My choir director would bring the symphony players down from FSU up to play in our little town in South Georgia, and we did Handel's Messiah. So I've got that going on. I absolutely adore Ray Charles. He's one of my very, very favorites. I love him to death. Ella Fitzgerald is a huge influence. There's a woman named Betty Carter, who's a jazz singer who I probably am most influenced by her and Aretha Franklin. I love Professor Longhair. I love Joni Mitchell, Stevie Wonder, of course, and so a lot of the more R&B, rhythm and blues, not R&B the way they mean R&B today, but more rhythm and blues. I just
more soul.
Adore that stuff. Soul.
Yes,
and I
soul.
love Stax Volts as opposed to Motown. Like I love the harder, edgier stuff, like Sam and Dave and Clarence Carter and all of that. I just love it. And then the folk stuff, Simon and Garfunkel. It's a weird mix, but I think it all came together. And if you listen to my music, you'll go, yeah, I can hear that, especially live. You can hear it live, especially.
Okay. So what inspires you to write your music?
It's, again, all over the place. I always say this, that writing a song is less expensive than going and paying $120 for a therapist. So a lot of times I'm working out issues, things that are upsetting to me or things that I love and find exciting and passionate and frankly, if I hear a song that I just adore, I'll say I want to write something kind of similar. And although it won't sound anything, and you might hear the two together and go, "What were you even?" I mean, it doesn't sound anything like it, but just that. Sometimes I'll hear a song and I've got to write something kind of similar. A drum beat. I love grooves and drum beats, and a lot of stuff comes out of a drum beat. I can hear a keyboard sound sometime, and that will come up with something. And then musically, I think I probably, that's what comes first, and then the words come second. But a lot of times I can get an idea of like they call it the chorus or the hook. You know, you come up with the line that you can't get out of your mind a lot of the time. So I'll just hear, I'm going to write a song, You Can't Stop Love, or something like that. So it's all over the place, and I'm the kind of person that writes the music first and the lyrics afterwards. And I think it's usually the other way around. I think a lot of people write the words first and then put music to it, but I'm the other way around.
Okay. Okay. So how can our audience find you on social media and learn more about you, as well as what's in store for 2016 for you guys?
Well, I so appreciate you even, that you are kind enough to let us talk about where we can be found. And I guess our website is a great way to come see us again, Cypress South Music. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/Sue Wilkinson Music, and you spell that WILKINSON. You can find us on YouTube. If you do a search for Cypress South or Sue Wilkinson, you'll probably find us. So Twitter is twitter.com/Sue G. Wilkinson. So, well, you can find us. Just put it in there. You'll find all kinds of stuff. And, I would say that what I'm working on this year, I've been really kind of inspired to play more piano and possibly even work on a solo project that is mainly piano based. But I also had an 8-piece blues band for many years, and I toured all over Europe, actually the UK with it. And my partner and I have been thinking about resurrecting that a little bit, just to kind of get back into that. So you might hear quite a few things, and we'll probably go back into the studio and do more recording for our Cypress South project too. So again, many things, many different influences coming in to provide some
great
entertainment for you guys. Hopefully.
Well, if you're ever in Chicago, I'm going to make sure I check you out.
Yes, and I will contact you. I would love to meet you and have lunch with you and just give you some T-shirts and CDs. And I'll mail them out to you anyway, I think. And thanks again for having me.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
There's no need to worry, 'cause the good Lord made us always one. Years I have sought, years I have traveled, years I've cried for love to leave me more than and I've prayed for patience, and I've called for glory, and I've asked myself, is this the end of my story? Always one. Find the road less traveled, seek the highway that's free, take the trail along that back road, oh, the one that leads you. Tell all your friends, tell all who suffer, if the wait seems endless for the love of another, if you've walked through desert to the land of clover, there is nothing can tear you from the arms of your lover. Always one, always together. We were bound in heaven, we are forever. Though the wind may toss us and the sea may take us, there's no need